good evening and welcome to Division 4 action here tonight at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix here in Imola. We're just waiting for everyone to be ready for this evening's race. One of the most famous tracks in F1 history. One of the most famous tracks, in my opinion. One of the most famous tracks. It's an old track, changed a lot. Was there through the 70s, I believe. It was Imola. Really good GT track. Ferrari World Challenge. A lot of history at the track of here, and it's changed a lot since it first started. 63 laps, which means we should be running about 32 this evening, as we are now heading towards qualifying tonight. Last week's result, it was the Vicar with the win, dominating the performance from him after overtaking Doran and his teammate Billy G on lap 7. He then moved in towards the lead, and then just built a gap and just kept going and going and going. It was a really good race for him last week in Hungary, and we'll see what he can do this week. Same for Billy G. He had a nice race as well, and it was a shame for John Mobes last week. He got pole position by half a second and lock up through turn 1, lost him the lead, and then going airborne through turn 2 with a collision with his teammate cost him the chance at a podium. He had a lot of pace that race, recovered to P5 last week. As we just wait now, as it's a nice sunny afternoon in game. Obviously, no rain expected for the race. We don't know, and I might actually get some drivers there. 4.9 kilometers, first Grand Prix 1980, and the lap record is a 1:15.4 set by Lewis Hamilton in 2020 in that Mercedes car, probably the best F1 car of all time in terms of speed and downforce. One of the most, it was just dominating that car, which on this track they wrapped up the 7th world title in a row in the Mercedes. Dylan Lynch is not doing as well, as we just ran above the red dots. Doran behind him, who as well as Silver Fox, as he comes through the Villeneuve chicane, heading through to Tosa. Now it's a very up and down circuit, undulating and curbs, very easy to invalidate through this corner here, turn 7. Just go a little bit wide, and it's so easy to just get sucked off the track through to Aqua Minerale, as heading downhill and then uphill again. It's just so hard to get on the throttle again, heading into the chicane here, and it's again easy to lock up and just bounce over those curbs, go wide and get another track limits penalty. Final 2 corners, downhill braking, easy to go wide, and you got to keep it there and just wait for the car to come into your hands and just go get on the throttle again. DRS open as he starts his lap now as his red dots down the massive straight that is at this track, as there's 2 cars coming out the pit lane behind him. No blocking from him there as he heads through turn 1 now. The Tamburello chicane, nice and good from him. Through to Villeneuve now. Brake about just past the 50, little lift off, double downshift to 5th for that next part of the chicane, heading through uphill. Hairpin now, as he's on a okay lap so far. Up the hill again, you just can't see the braking point until it's quite late on. Just ease it through the next couple corners. You don't want to push too hard, it's very easy to invalidate. There we go, flat through the first part, having the second part down, braking again, uphill on the throttle as he comes through. The final chicane on the circuit, don't want to take too much curb. Again, easy to unlock. It's just invalidations around here. One of the easiest things to do around this track as he comes through. Final 2 corners now. Nice and easy through there. One. You just got to reset again for turn 2 of that part of the track as he comes through. DRS enabled and through to the line. There'll be a 16.8 to start the session. He'll be followed by Silver Fox to the line now. DRS is open for the McLaren, and he comes to the line with a 16.808. Doran next up goes to a 16.06. 16.0 for the Aston Martin. Brass Monkeys now down in P4. Mercedes to cross the line. That'll be Dom. No, Dom into the pit lane. Billy G, Doran's teammate. Round the final two corners now. And it will be for Billy G, 16.3 P2. Slotting in behind his teammate Dan on a comeback from last week. With his first race in Division 4, last week, after a return to SFR in his Alpine. Coming off around the two corners now, he will open the DRS. Comes to the line, it'll be a 16.1, slotting in behind Doran and ahead of Billy G. However, Preb with the next to cross the line to start a lap, that will be. It was John Mobes there we saw invalidated. It'll be Nightcred as well with an invalidation. The Vicar to the line now, he is invalidated as well. Again, you're going to see a lot of invalidations to start a lot of these opening sessions. Everyone's trying to find the limits of the track, find where they can go. Alex Haig, we're going to ride on board through as he heads to Villeneuve now. As he heads up now towards Piratella, left-hander, just little lifts, shift down twice, and just so wide, and there we go, there's an invalidation, and that we'll see a lot of them through Piratella. One of the easiest places to invalidate on this circuit is you just go a little bit wide, and that is your lap over. Preb behind Dan right now, and he might be getting held up a little bit there. Killian saying let's go Dylan. Dylan at the minute P7 on a lap. I believe he's headed through Sector 1. Yes, he is. Just comes to the end of Sector 1 now. We're going to ride on board with Preb, who's invalidated. Towards the end of this lap, he'll dive into the pit lane as Dan will follow suit. Back on board with Dylan as he heads towards Piratella now. Just having a look, Vickers on a lap as he comes to the final bit. Piratella's all clean for Dylan there, as it's last week's race winner, and he is going to go to P4. Is the Vicar, 5/10 off of Doran at the minute, who is flying around the circuit, and he's up again, heading through down the final two corners now, the Rivatsa corners, and out of those corners now, it's going to come to the line, and it's going to be for Doran an improved 115.958, which means he goes top again by even further now. Of course, he absolutely loves to be even further ahead of Dan now. Bit of buffer, bit of breathing room for him. Dylan Vince with a 17.6 there, smooth operator with 128.4 on a banker. Nightcred 25.5 through Sector 1. Storm comes through the end of Sector 1, and you just saw the back end slide at the back for the Williams as he comes downhill to Aqua Minerale now and up. At the exit of it, sliding again, he's running quite low downforce on the rear wing. I'm going to suspect through Variante Alta now. This is the final chicane of the circuit, which will be a little left hand down as he's validated, has the Williams. But Dom is not too far behind, going through the Variante Alta chicane now himself, going downhill, just sneaking your way down into Rivatsa. Brake just before the 50. You just throw it in. It's just two 90-degree corners of the curbs will wash you out wide and kind of force you to invalidate sometimes. And it's going to be the line for Dom, P4 for him, and that is a nice lap by the Mercedes. John Mobes starting his first lap of the session. He already had a lap actually, was invalidated though. Heading through Tambrello chicane now, nice and easy through turn 1. I hit the curbs through turn 2, little slide on exit though. And the exit part of it all clean so far, no invalidation. Hitting to the Villeneuve chicane now, again little lift through the first bit of it. Turn 4 and 5 all clean, and turn 6, slight lock up wide for the Ferrari, all good though, might not have lost too much time, maybe half a tenth maximum. Brake just past the 50. For Piratella, car in front, that is, believe, that is Dan, no, it's Alex Haig, Aqua Minerale sliding through the first bit as he tries to take it flat. Manages to do that though, as he heads up the hill, braking again just at the 50 meter board, and just again bit of a sloppy exit there for the Ferrari, but we'll see what he gets. He had a pair per second 2, however that might just be the game again. Through the final corner, taking a lot of curb. Here's the Ferrari again, decent bit of curb on the entry to the second bit of that corner. He's going to run out of VRS just at the line. It's going to be P2 16.060. That's a nice lap by him. Alex Haig behind, might get a toe possibly. No, way too far back for a toe. As Billy G on a lap, sorry, forgot to notice that he's 7 tenths up, 3 tenths up to the line, and it's an Aston Martin 1-2 again with a 1:15.958 and a 1:15.986 for Billy G. John Mobe sitting there at a close qualifying so far, top 4, not even 2 tenths apart. As Alex Haig is the one on the lap now, through Piratella. Got the John Mobe's Ferrari not too far in front. Heading downhill. A couple of incidents here in the past in SFR, notably myself in Division 1 a couple of seasons ago. I had an incident with Martin and Laser caught up in that, which they still argue to this day over who caused that incident, but it was a cracking race, that one, I believe. It was Glock, it might have been Glock that won that race, as I'm pretty sure he is not racing this season, or he might be in Division 1. I haven't been paying much attention to that. Coming through the final corner now is Alex Haig. He's on for a 16.6 P7, slotting in behind the Vicar. That's a nice lap by him. Nightcred is in the gravel through turn 3. A little bit unlucky for him, as was just no one on a lap so far. Billy G into the pits is just all quieting down now a little bit as we come towards 7 minutes to go in the session. Just having a quick eye who is on an outlap. Preb is, Dylan Vince is, and Dan is as well in the Alpine in P4, looking to improve up to possibly a provisional pole position, which is held by Doran at the minute. He's had a good start to the season, P2 in the championship. Either P2 or P3, I'm going to double check that now. Which I have completely lost my championship standings. Classified standings is... there it is. Season 17, Brass Monkeys starting his at the end of Sector 1, 3 tenths up at the minute in that Haas up towards Piratella. At the minute, it is Division 4 is led by the Vicar on 48 points, followed by Doran in P2, both a win apiece. 43, sorry, for Doran. 1 point behind him is Billy G, his teammate. And Aston Martin and Ferrari are also close together, as John Mobe's on 33 points, with a fastest lap and 2 pole positions in Mexico and Hungary. Mexico, he got 18 points, where Hungary he got 14, sorry, plus the fastest lap of the race. Winner of that race was the Vicar, coming home quite dominantly there to take the win. As top of the timer goes Dan with a 15.7. Completely and utterly missed him there. Apologise for that. Nightcred towards the final bit of the sector now. Final sector now. Preb to P3-2. He's just finished the lap. 15.9. It's all very close towards the top of the time, and Dom's on a lap. Started the lap and he's going to get blocked by the McLaren of Preb. That could be interesting to see what may happen in the stewards, if it may be reported, or it might just be missed. It might just be a mistake, but it's obviously a mistake on Preb's end, but we'll see if it does go to the stewards. Indeed, 1 second down is Dom on his lap. Vicar coming through Tamburello now, heading towards Villeneuve. It's going to be part 1 of it. It's just a little lift. You just see the throttle easing up and down through these chicanes, and you just go down in 4th gear, 3rd gear, back on throttle again, heading up the hill towards Piratella, left-hander. as well. It's just easy so as it keeps it on the track. And he does the Ferrari. Now he's going to go up the hill again. Over the chicanes. He goes over the curb. Sorry, he goes heading into the final sector. Purple sector 2. He has improved. Has the Vicar heading through Ravazza now. He's come out the final corner. He's going to use some DRS. He's going to use the benefit of the DRS. He's going to cut it close to the line. It's going to be a 15.6, 8/10 improvement, and that is a brilliant lap for the Vicar, who goes to provisional pole with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the session. That is looking good for him. Doran on an outlap, followed by Billy G. Both of them trying to improve. Alex Haig looking to go in towards the top 5 possibly. Along with that, Billy G is going to be the first one to start his lap. Coming through the final corners now. Heading through to Tamburello now is Billy G, and it's just nice and easy to return 1, 2 and 3 for him. Hot lap, a little bit of overtake used there to get the speed back up for Villeneuve. It's all going to be bled though, dropping down to 5th gear. Brakes enable 50. He's aboard there and he's just going to go round and round. It just feels like it goes on forever, that corner sometimes, but it eventually ends obviously 150. It's just a blind braking point again. He's hit the grass a little bit. And that is lucky to not be an invalidation, but it's a bit sloppy as he backs out of that lap, hitting the grass again. Another thing very easy to do. John Mobes on his outlap, not far behind. Doran though, purple sector 1 for him. Alex Haig is a little bit ahead as well, who is 2 seconds into that lap now. As he comes through towards the chicane, 3/10 up is Alex Haig. Purple sector 2 apparently still got 7/10 to improve. That was a perfect chicane for him. As we'll just get it ready now to see when we do swap over to Doran. As he comes through the final corner now, it'll be for Alex Haig. Blast of the line, DRS open for him. It's going to be a 16.4 P8 for him. Doran to the line, just slightly up, and it's going to be 2/10 improvement at the end, 15.688, 7 thousandths ahead. His teammate on the lap, just not too far in front. John Mobes behind. Preb there looks like he might have got in the way again of Tom, who is on an outlap actually. Sorry there. Williams has retired in the pit lane, and that is the end of his session in P13. Feeling he can't go faster. The Vicar cannot get another lap in now. He does not feel he can go faster than 15.695. Dan on an outlap 2. John Mobes is the one we're on board with though, heading through Aqua Minerale up the hill to the chicane now. Just a little bit on the brakes there, and you just see the car hopping over those curbs and down the hill he goes towards the braking point. We just see him on the brakes there. Round in the final 2 corners. We'll see what he can get done towards the end of this lap. It will be, by the looks of it, it's going to be a 1:15. It's going to be a 1:15.7 for John Mobes, who moves to P3. He'll be followed by Billy G was ahead. Did not finish his lap good there. P5 for him. Preb starts his final lap of the session. Vicar, Doran both can't go faster there. The session's over. Dan is up 2/10. That'll be good enough for pole if he can keep it going so far. Overtaking Abel through the corner there. Turn 7 through Aqua Minerale. He comes up the hill. 8% battery left. He might not have enough in the tank to get this over the line with a decent gain. And for him, he's going to keep using it though through the down section as of course the lower in battery you get, the less power is actually put into the engine. So he's not getting as much power on the car as he wants. Comes through the final corner there, 15%. He's just going to drop. He's going to use it all to the line, and it's going to be a 15.8, and he's not going to improve to the end of that session. And Billy G is not going to improve either. John Mobes neither. Preb, purple sector 2, Dom to the line will be first to cross that line through the final two corners. He's going to use his ERS out the exit, as everyone has been doing. And it's going to be for Dom a 15.9. It's going to be P6. Can he be bested by Preb though? He will be bested by Preb, who moves to P5 in his McLaren. And that is the end of qualifying. Actually barring Dylan Vance, who's coming to the line now 2 tenths up through the final corner. Dylan Vance is going to go to P11. I apologise for messing that name up multiple times now, as Doran is on pole barely by 7 thousandths of a second. He beats out Vicker, and it's a Ferrari 2 and 3 for him. So Doran P1, followed by the Vicker, John Mobes, and Dan in P4. Preb is P5, followed by Billy G in the Aston Martin. Dom P7, followed by Alex Haig alongside him. Silver Fox and Red Dots on the 5th row of the grid. Dylan Vince in P11, Brass Monkeys in P12, Smooth Operator in P13, and Night Cred in P14. And this is looking to be an interesting race. Top 4, top 5 within a tenth of a second of each other. This is going to be a really exciting race. And the top 7, sorry, within 3 tenths of each other. This will be a really exciting race. And we'll see what happens now. As it looks to be clear skies as well for the race, so we shouldn't have any rain interruptions tonight. As I'm going to make a prediction for the race now, it's going to be, in my opinion, it will be Doran to win this race, pole position. Lights the flag victory, not a full lights the flag though. He's going to, I have a feeling he will lose the position throughout the race, but he will eventually come across the line in P1. I'm going to go with Billy G in P2 though, and the Vicar will come home in 3rd place, relinquishing the championship lead to Doran again. Let's just wait now for people to ready up and get the formation lap underway. As formation lap underway, and it will be for the drivers tonight. It'll be Doran going for the normal strategy. Dan is on the alternate, so he'll get the tyre life towards the end of the race. Dom has gone the exact same there, and the entire grid is on the mediums apart from Dom and Dan. And this could be an interesting race as well. Doran looking to take back the championship lead from the man who is starting alongside him, the Vicar, who will have the inside line technically for turn 1. Wouldn't really call it turn 1, but it's kind of a turn when he gets the inside quicker line towards the braking zone. I do apologise if I do end up on meat tonight. I'm not really feeling the best, but I do apologise if my gums is not the best. But I do try, and I do hope you all enjoy tonight and enjoy the racing that we will see from these Division 4 drivers. A lot of them are looking to improve, and I believe they will improve tonight, and it will be a good race. Division 4 is just Division 3, sorry, is just a couple of minutes away from happening. Qualifying will be there as well. Imola. Energy Dan leads the championship there after strong showings in the first two races in his Alpine. I believe he is in this season. As we now just wait for the grid to form up in Division 4. As John Mobes has disqualified himself from the Formula lap, he'll be starting offset there. Alex Hagen, Silver Fox may have collided there. Just waiting for the 5 red lights now to come on for 5, and it will be green in Imola, and we're underway. And it's a decent start for Doran, good start for the Vicar though as well, who's alongside him already. Can't really see much with that camera angle. Someone on the grass there in the background, and it's going to be Doran leading into turn 1. Vicar there is going to be through P2. Preb, and it's going to be wide for the Vicar, who goes off the track. Preb off the track as well. Dom up to P4 there on his hards. Cars in the track, cars all over the road. That is Billy G and Dan in the wall. And towards the back of the grid there. It looked like Billy G had gone into the gravel and had spun and hit Dan on the hard, and he might have damage to his front. He does have damage to his front wing. Preb down to P5 now after a decent start for him. Sorry, up to P5 now after a decent start for him. Alex Haig to P6. Brass Monkeys and Dylan Vince going side by side through Piratella, and it's going to be John Mobes in P2, followed by the Vicar in P3. After the Vicar gone wide through turn 1 and let his teammate through, there comes Dom round the outside into the chicane there. Woods have turned to the inside, and then the inside from the next corner as well, but chose to back out and just choose to fight another day there. Looks like Billy G was eyeing up a move on the Haas, and he is eyeing up a move on the Haas as we head down to Ravatse, and it's nice and all single file there. Doran with a 20.5 to start the race off. 2 seconds already quicker than John Mobes off the line, and that is a brilliant start for him. 2 second gap over the two Ferraris at the minute. Dom all over on those hards. He seems to have a lot of pace over all tonight. Preb in P5, very wide for Dom there, sorry. And that seems to be a little commentator's curse there as Preb moves up, and the Vicar is all over his teammate again. And this could be interesting to see if we have a swap position or just pure flat out fight between the two teammates. Preb seems to have dropped off a bit, very wide for the Vicar. Don't want to be doing that too many times, you'll pick yourself up a warning and a penalty in the end. Lock up there from someone, might just be a visual glitch. 2 Hasses in P7 and 8, and it's just a fight for the P2 at the minute. Everyone within DRS as they'll come down through turn 1, and they will get DRS, and it's still Doran quite a bit in front. Billy G getting the switch back on Dylan there, and he's up to P9 after the contact on lap 1 with Dan down in P13, who does have front wing damage and may have to pit their other hard runner in the race. The only other hard runner in the race is all over the back of Preb now. Vicar with the fastest lap, Preb with the fastest lap, Alex Haig with the fastest lap. Vicar now up to P2. He's going to be chasing down Doran very quickly. 1.5 seconds there is the two of them. Preb is defending from Dom. Alex Haig and the 2 Hasses there. Dylan Vince gets back past Billy G, who got past before the DRS. Didn't manage to get into the DRS of the 2 in front, which means he fell back behind into P10 as we move through the end of sector 1 on lap 3. Doran still there. 1.2 seconds is the gap to the leader. Division 4 is on at the minute. Not much going on. 7/10. He's starting to pull out the gap. Is on John Mobes is the Vicar. Preb is quite on the back of him. Dom with the 3-second time penalty there as well. Kick that off. Vicar with the fastest lap of the race there, helped by DRS, of course. And there goes Preb round the outside into Tamburello. That was brave to go through the squeeze and gap that John Mobes had put on him. Preb has picked up a 3-second time penalty though, and that is going to be the theme of this race this evening. It's going to be time penalties. As Dom has picked one up, outtakes that to just trail off a bit on the grass there. Don't really doing that too many times. Yellow flags. Dom has picked up another 3-second time penalty. Billy G all over the back of the Haas at Brass Monkeys now. He should be getting past and in towards Red Delt quickly. Let's just see all over the back of each other are these cars here up the hill. Preb will get the DRS on the Vicar, hopefully closing that in. See what happens now. Towards Dom through turn 1, it's going to be for him. And it's going to be just edging ahead of him. And it's going to be through turn 1. Tamburello later on the brakes. It's going to be John Mobes who takes P4 and defends P4, sorry. Vicar is now in the DRS of Doran there. John Mobes going to go round the outside of Preb. It's going to be a brave move. Can he get it done? He can get it done. Nice move. But it will be the outside for the next corner. Preb has that inside line and he just backs out. Heading through now up to Aqua Minerale. Heading through, and I'm getting a bit of lag through these corners here, and I'm not too sure what's happening. This is very weird. I do apologise for this. This is extremely weird on my end. I'm not too sure what is happening. It's never happened before. I might have to stop and start the stream again, as the Vicar has taken the lead from Doran, which this, yeah, has he taken the lead from? I'm not too sure. This is extremely weird. I might have to, I'm going to stop the stream. I do apologise for that.